Manabu Horikita receives the first special test results from Akane Tachibana. When Kiyotaka hears Yosuke Hirata mention Kai Karuizawa, he declines his request to go to lunch with him once they're back on the ship. A second special test is announced and each student is required to assemble at a rendezvous location at a specific time. At Kiyotaka's rendezvous, an instructor explains the special test to Kei, his classmates Hideo Sotomura and Teruhiko Yukimura, and himself. 8 groups of 14 pupils each consist of 3 students from classes A and B and 4 students each from classes C and D. Each group is given the name of a planet. The test lasts for 3 days, and on the first day at 8 a.m., the school designates one member of the group as a VIP, with the group discussing this individual twice daily. Everyone but the VIP sends a guest to the school after the final 30 minutes. The test consists of 4 cases. Case 1, if every student gives the right response except for the VIP's classmates, each student will receive 500,000 private points, and the VIP will receive an additional 500,000. Case 2, the VIP receives 500,000 private points if at least one person, excluding the VIP's peers, submits an incorrect response. If the VIP is revealed before the test is finished, the other 2 scenarios apply. Case 3, in this situation, if a student submits the right response, they will receive 500,000 private points and 50 class points, and the testing period is ended for their class. Additionally, if a VIP's classmate submits the right response, it will be disregarded and the exam will move forward. Case 4, if a student submits an incorrect response, the VIP will be awarded 500,000 private points, their class will be awarded 50 class points, and the testing period will be over. Additionally, if a VIP's classmate submits an incorrect response, it will be disregarded and the test will move forward. Neither Kiyotaka nor Suzune are VIPs on the exam day. Suzune is asked if she is a VIP and if she managed the results of the first exam by Class Kakeru C's Ryuen. When she denies both accusations, Ryuen threatens both her and Class D while they're talking about the formality of the test. The Mars group of Kiyotaka introduces themselves at the first discussion. After that, everyone agrees when Class B member Honami Ichinose advises choosing Case 1. But Koji Machida and his Class A classmates stay out of any debates. These, according to Machida, will culminate in a pupil discovering the VIP and betraying everyone else, leading to Case 3. Honami disputes that Machida's strategy destroys a student's opportunity for atonement and points out that Case 1 permits courses with an equal number of students to collect an additional 500,000 private points. Shiho Manabe and the Class C girls from the Mars group approach Kai after the talk and accuse her of bullying their classmate Rika, but Machida defends her. When the second discussion reaches a standstill, Honami recommends that everyone just converse and go with the flow for the time being. Day 1 ends with Kei crying for an unidentified reason. Hirata informs Yukimura and Kiyotaka that Kikyo Kushida is a VIP after learning this information from a third party. The Jupiter group's test has likely been completed as a result of Rokosuke Koenji's discovery of the real VIP. In order to gain the maximum class points, Suzune and Kiyotaka plan to unify Class D in response to Koenji's careless action. They choose Kei as their main player to accomplish it because she commands respect from the Class D females. However, Kiyotaka observes that Kei has displayed an extraordinary lack of arrogance compared to her regular behavior. Once more appearing, Ryuen expresses his intention to win the exam. Kiyotaka observes as Kei asks Hirata for protection from Shiho. He consents but clarifies that they are not dating. She then rejects him after he advises her to offer Shiho and her crew an apology. Hirata claims that she only consented to be her boyfriend because of protection, because she had been badly bullied. Kiyotaka comes out and discovers Kai's true characteristics. Before the third discussion, Kai inquires if Kiyotaka is the VIP. He replies that he is not. The Mars group is still at a standstill after both discussions, but Kiyotaka and Yukimura note that Shiho and her team are keeping an eye on Kei. The females follow Kei after the fourth conversation, while the boys follow closely after. Shiho and the girls again face Kei, who makes the accusation that Rika was bullied. When the females learn that, they physically assault Kei and drive her to tears. Yukimura tries to step in to stop them, but Kiyotaka stops him so he may keep watching the scenario. Finally, Yukimura and Kiyotaka step in to help, but Kei corrects them. The third day finds the Venus group's exam to be complete. Kiyotaka believes Class C is attempting to take advantage of the test, so he emails Shiho. Shiho and her girls, along with their classmate Rika, arrive, luring Kei to a remote area of the ship. Shiho speculates that Kei had previously been bullied, and Kei's panic reaction supports her theory. While Kiyotaka observes, Shiho coerces Rika into repeatedly hitting Kei, revealing that Kiyotaka was the subject of Shiho's email. Following the girl's departure, Kiyotaka confronts a sobbing Kei and criticizes her current behavior. Kei then shares her past experiences with abuse. When Kiyotaka discovers a cut on her chest, he promises to protect her in return for her cooperation in unifying Class D to succeed in the test. Kiyotaka then uses his points to make a purchase at Sai. Prior to the discussion's conclusion, Honami and Kiyotaka discuss how to go to Class A while being in different classes. Honami claims that it is feasible to get there with 20 million private points, and Kiyotaka acknowledges that he has previously seen her assigned points. Tetsuya Hamaguchi from Class B suggests that everyone present their assignments to attain Case 1 during the final discussion. Even though there is a chance that someone will reveal the VIP before others, everyone follows instructions one by one up until Yukimura hesitates to show the email, stunning everyone when he confesses that he is the VIP and begs them to keep his identity a secret until the test is through. By exchanging their cell phone numbers, Kiyotaka contrived a ruse that indicated Yukimura was the VIP. However, Honami discovered it after dialing the former's number. After determining that she is the VIP, Kiyotaka suggests that they switch phones as well as SIM cards, which he obtained from Sai, and Kiyotaka trades Kei's phone to Yukimura. Honami confesses that she was aware of the idea but chose not to make it public because of their partnership with Class D. After explaining that a Class D student had claimed that Kikyo was one of the VIPs and threatened Suzune and Class D, Ryuen appears and announces that Class C had won the test. The names of the VIPs were picked depending on where they appeared in the hiragana scripture and which planet group they belonged to. Class D discusses how Class C is not entirely cohesive. The theme of the school's 13-event sports festival is Team Red versus Team White. Class A and D make up Team Red, while Classes B and C make up Team White. The top 3 placements can choose between 1,000 private points or bonuses which are on their written exam. On the other hand, the bottom 10 placements lose bonuses on their written exam. Classes can choose the participants for the activities, and the sports festival has a number of advantages and demerits. Suzune wants to win using unfair techniques, but Kiyotaka thinks they can win using regular methods. The two talk about how the sports festival requires serious preparation in contrast to the previous 2 special tests. Suzune advises that they pair stronger and lesser students to win the events, at the risk of the weaker students losing out on merits. Later, the class agrees on choosing participants through skill or volunteering. Kei rejects Suzune's suggestion. Kei disputes the premise that choosing one's own events is preferable and points out that Suzune's attitude toward everyone makes it impossible for her to bring the class together. Kei then asks Kikyo for his perspective, who suggests combining the 2 ideas, to which the class as a whole agrees. Kei and a few other students disagree with Suzune's point of view, and Suzune incites the group's ire by labeling them as incompetent. When Hirata asked the class to vote on which proposal they preferred, the majority selected Suzune's. Later, Kei and Kiyotaka talk about how he made her challenge Suzune's theory and ask Kikyo for his perspective. Kiyotaka makes a prediction about a traitor in Class D, but stops when Kei presses for more. The class prepares for the festival in greater detail. After seeing Suzune debate with a student, Kiyotaka questions why she won't give in. She thinks that in order to prevail, the weaker parties must follow the stronger party's cadence. He deduces that she ignores her allies after a 3-legged race. Kikyo sold out her VIP information, so Kiyotaka suggests that he, Suzune, and Kikyo go spy on Team White. Kikyo is allegedly betraying the class, according to Kiyotaka and Suzune, because she's earning private points from other classes. The 3 of them spy on Team White, much to Kikyo's dismay that Suzune is there. Suzune outright demands to know if Kikyo sold her VIP information, which Kikyo categorically rejects and begs the audience to believe. The start of the sports festival. While Class Arisu A's Sakayanagi observes the festival, Ken Sudo inspires Class D. Koenji's absence deflates the class spirit, which Sudo causes. When Ryuen takes down Sudo, Team Red loses the topple the pole competition. Things only become worse when Suzune is hurt after slamming into Saki Kinoshita of Class C. Suzune reveals she once liked Kikyo and wishes she had her natural charisma after failing to persuade Koenji to rejoin. Team White keeps picking on Sudo and Suzune in an effort to demoralize Class D. In the opinion of Kei and Kiyotaka, a traitor from Class D revealed the list to Ryuen with the intention of targeting Sudo and Suzune. Kiyotaka goes on to say that he never intended his class to win the festival, and that for the time being still is ideal. Due to Sudo's outrage at being singled out, Hirata is punched before he leaves, which significantly lowers class morale. Suzune Suzune is instructed by Kiyotaka to use Pseudo as her own personal weapon in order to persuade him to rejoin the group. During a brief intermission, Kei and Hirata ask Kiyotaka who the traitor is. He refuses to say and bluffs that Suzune came up with the idea to submit the list that had been leaked. Ryuen is waiting at the doctor's office when Kikyo brings Suzune there. Suzune thinks it's a bluff, but Ryuen demands the points and for Suzune to surrender to him, to which he'll wait for her response at the end of the festival. Ryuen feels that Suzune intentionally wounded Saki and demands 1 million private points, or he will inform the school of the event. Suzune pleads with him to put up with her incompetence after spotting her brother in the corridor. She states that she still needs to complete one more task before the event. That's it, folks. We've reached the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, be sure to like the video and leave your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to animerecaps and ring the notification bell to be the first to know when we upload new videos. Until next time.